it's me, Leanne, and welcome to Mindful Movements and my shoulder flow. So before we get started, I want to talk to you a little bit about the what and why. So with your shoulder, we have three bones. We have the clavicle, we have the scapula, and we have the humerus. And with those bones, we have certain muscles that are important. So with the scapula, we have our rhomboids and we have a serratus anterior. And basically, those are stabilizing muscles. They actually help to keep your scapula laying flat. Otherwise it would kind of wing up. And we don't want things to wing up because we're not birds, right? And then we have our shoulder muscles, which are basically called our rotator cuff muscles, and I'm sure you've heard of those before. And those include our supraspinatus, our infraspinatus, our subscapula, and teres minor. And basically what those do is they stabilize the humerus so that it stays in the socket. All very important stuff, right? And the reason why this is important is, in this day and age, everything is kind of like head forward. Our shoulders are forward. We're looking at our phone. We're looking at our computer. We're all scrunched up. We're just doing all this crazy stuff to our body. And basically what you want to do is you want to, especially if you work in a home office, and I've had this happen a lot. I'm a massage therapist, so I see a lot of my clients come in and they're all banged up. And the reason is because they're not ergonomically set up. Now, I've worked in corporate for 30 years and I've probably had every injury known to the human body because I wasn't sitting right. I used to sit cross-legged and sideways and type like this. I do all kinds of crazy stuff. So basically, ergonomically, what you want to look like is this. You want your elbows at 90 degrees, your hands slightly down, typing. You want your head forward and you want your shoulders down and relaxed. And if you actually make this small adjustment to how you're working, you might find that you are actually not in as much pain. I've had clients come back in and say, I just made that little adjustment and I'm good to go. So before we get started, at the beginning of a yoga class, they're always like, raise your hand if anybody has any injuries. Well, I'm raising my hand. I actually ended up with a bit of a shoulder injury myself that I'm going to physical therapy for right now, and I have a little bit of a bicep tendonitis, and it's because my serratus anterior got a little bit weak, and it was causing all these other muscles to kind of, jump in and say, hey, we'll help, we'll fix it. Just caused all kinds of mayhem and grief. So I'm currently working towards getting that fixed. I'm going to make sure that I strengthen and stretch these muscles moving forward because I do not want this to happen again. So with that said, let's get going with our little flow here, and we're going to head over to our mat.